welcome our Vice President, Honorable Minister, Ambassador, Advisor, and accompanying delegate.
Yawo mai ko na kolke ruil ko twenye denke waji jai kenare pekapanda kena juman bi waror yenga wo bayror bugo dam dang bugo nimlao bai panda waji jai we kena bai achuo ye diere we ran gar kan ga du pinbula tong bu nimlao dictor John man bai panda pan Sudan yen pejwa Addis Ababa, tuan kumuluk, wachene galung dalu wanter kuyin wo panda. Ba derun ke dia, wo benang ria, botem sumal ku junub, yani arab leli ye pande. Rana kumwalu ka chen nyali ke randa chirwak, ba yangot ke ye panda. Rana jam ye pinde, kapal ke ye, kupenya betanya manyedang. Mancina bepola kul bangtuk. Je ya toka diktor garang ke jemana rim kwai biar kumit ya lawo wo de wo ye jor ka pin kor bai ke inja mot ban. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Be seated. Please have seat. Thank you, Mama Nyandeng de Ngong. Mama Nyandeng de Ngong, Munikatiba Banat, joined the movement in 1983. Thank you. We would like to begin with our program. Would like to thank Her Excellency Mama Rebecca, Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, and accompanying delegate. Would like to call upon Father Mark Nyeko, our Catholic priest in Phoenix, to come and give us a word of the prayer. Father Mark, you are highly welcome.
On us as we gathered here for this occasion. Let us now compose ourselves. Allow God to speak to our hearts, and we speak to Him. Heavenly Father, we stand before you today conscious of our limitations, but aware that we gathered here in your name. Come to us, remain with us, and enlighten our hearts. Give us light and strength to know your will, to make it our own, to live it in our lives. Guide us by your wisdom. Support us by your power. Fill us with your grace as we gathered here to discuss things that affect all of us South Sudanese, both here in diaspora and at home. Lord God, you desire justice for all. Enable us to uphold the rights of others. Do not allow us to be misled by ignorance or corrupted by fear or favor. Unite us to yourself in the bond of love and keep us faithful to all that is true. As we gathered here this evening, May we temper justice with love so that all our decisions may be pleasing to you and for the service of the people of South Sudan. We ask all this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you, Father Mark, for your wonderful prayers. My name is Deng Atem. I'm the Secretary General of the South Sudanese community in Arizona. Today, I will be the MC. Madam Vice President, Mr. Ambassador, Honorable Minister, Mr. Advisor, and accompanying delegate, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Phoenix. The road to the independent nation how to work was not easy. That we start rapidly as a country, and we have to overcome. We have to work together, and we have to overcome everything. In 2011, 99% of all of us, be it Acholi, Murley, Bongo, Nuer, Denka, Chiluks, and many other tribes, including even the Arab who were in South Sudan since 1956, voted overwhelmingly to have a nation, and we have not succeeded in joining ourselves together in our heart, in our hand, in our mind. We haven't done it yet. That is why, Madam Vice President, Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Advisors, that's why I and community leaders want you to come here today, because it is so important we all, as South Sudanese, get beyond the past and build our future, build our nation's future. Last week in Iowa, Pastor John started his opening prayer that our national anthem started with "Oh God" and ended with "God bless South Sudan." We are indeed the children of God. God bless us. So let's keep the spirit and continue to build our nation. One nation for many of us. We are fortunate today to have our leaders of the government in Juba, Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, Her Excellency Mama Rebecca Nyandeng de Mabior, and her accompanying delegate. National Minister of Health, Elizabeth Yol, is with us. Our South Sudanese Ambassador to Washington, D.C., Philip Jada Netani. Advisor to the Vice President, Mr. David Dana Chos, who is also a lost boy, a Red Army, and a founder of the Center for South Sudan African Affairs. And he's often to be my good friend too. Madam Vice President, you are highly welcome to Phoenix. This is not your first time. We believe you were here in 2004 with our late leader, with our founding father. And unfortunately, he's not with us, but the Spirit is with us today. Thank you very much. Once again, you are highly welcome. And your people want to see you tonight and want to see you speak, and they will be listening to you. So once again, thank you very much. Our program will commence. I would like to remind people of few housekeeping tonight. So, this side right here we have the ladies' watch room. In the corner over there we have it for gentlemen. And so, if you want to go, you'll go on that side. Also, we'd like to limit it, our movement, so that if you want to go outside, because as I mentioned earlier, that if you go outside and come back, an officer on the door will be able to pat you down again to see, not just for curiosity. That's what. If you are here with the little children, please try your best to keep them close to you and to also be quiet so that when we talk, we'll be able to understand what people are saying. By that, I would like to also mention that our time will be limited tonight. And I don't want to say this because Sudanese time, but the most important thing, we are here tonight to listen what our Vice President will say and accompanying delegate. That's the most important thing. But it's good also to have remarks from the community leaders here, from our out-of-state representative, to make some remarks so that our honorable guests can listen to their opinion. After the closing of the speech of the Vice President, we will have questions. So the question will depend on what the Vice President, how many questions she would like to let the public ask. So it will be determined by the time as well. So, time, I would like also to be precise on that. If you are given time, your time will be 2 to 3 minutes. So please help me do that, and also help us so that we can move and then to let our leaders talk. I would like to call upon the representative of Bahr el Ghazal region, Mr. Kenyatta Mangar, to come and make his remark. Kenyatta, if you are here. If Kenyatta is not here, I would like to call Mr. Acknowledgements from Tucson. Mr. Acknowledgements, you are highly welcome.
Thank you. First of all, we thank God to be here at the Southerners, not the tribe. It's all including 64 tribes to receive you, the Vice President of Southern Sudan. I have nothing to say because we are being limited with the time, and we have nothing to say. It is, we want to listen with all in the Ibra, especially we in Arizona. This state, it is the one like what Mr. Dame was mentioned, in the entire all in the world, 99.9 that will vote during the referendum time in 2011. We never been choose, but we focus. All the crisis back home, it affected our community. Mr. Vice President, we want to listen to you tonight and the ambassador to unite all this community, to divide them. We are one. We have nothing because you're going to talk tonight and you will believe, and we still remaining as a one community. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was short and precise. I would like to call upon Professor Hilary Lako on behalf of Equatoria. Professor, you are welcome.
Well, in the first place, before I greet Madame, she knows who is Lako, because when they came the first place in 2006 or 4, I waited in the hotel until after 12 o'clock. Then the fellow who was Wundu, he said, "Your friend is coming. Do you want to go to the airport?" I said, "Well, I prefer waiting for him here in the hotel." He said, "Sorry, okay. But make sure that our something is all right." I said, "No problem." Then I waited until 12. I know Madame was exhausted. She wanted to rest. Undu went to tell our comrade, "Lako is here." I said, "Wow." Because when I went to the bush, I was small. And he too. I'm from Meridi, walked in the bush, and he was from Rumbek, of course, at that time. And we met in Kajikaji. So when he came here, he said, "Lako, I met you in Kajikaji. I met you in Bombo. I met you in Nairobi. Now we are meeting here in Arizona." The history of Arizona is quite perfect in the sense. I would love to say something here. One of us, I came from Liberia, and Joseph Gang did. Both of us were from Liberia. Now, when we came here, we were two only. In Liberia, they said, "Don't go to Arizona. They don't like black people." So, Gag and I, we said, we go and see. To see, as a teacher, in fact, we have vision. And when you talk, then you gather more information. When we came here, we found that Arizona was just like Juba, surrounded by mountains. And we intend to love it, because Gang went to Juba Intermediate in 50s. I was in Juba 1 elementary school, way back. So here, the topology of this state is quite unique. When we sat here, we wrote a constitution. By then, it's a Sudanese association. We imported from Liberia here. When we presented it to the state of Arizona, they were very impressed, because most of them thought that we don't know English language. Then God said, "Well, we spoke English way back at home, the same as United States ruled by the British. We too had learned English by then." The people were impressed. Now in Arizona, Madam, when you came, the population was very small. It tripled nowadays. It is about 4,000 people here. This place, when I see it empty, when you came first, was not like that. It was highly populated, and they gave us a big auditorium by the state of Arizona, because our comrade was very charismatic and man who impressed the whole entire world because of good leadership. And by then you are young. You have learned too. We thought you are not different from him. The flag that you are sitting in front, you hold it so that you can impress the people back home that we can move the mountain. And people of Arizona are very happy to welcome you, so that they have some things to tell you, maybe you can deliver to the people. So I'm Hilary J. Lako. I was born in Juba. My dad was a policeman in Juba, and he was transferred to Tali and other Mondaris area there. So these people always ask me, "Lako, are you a Baria? You are Dinka?" I said, "No, I'm from one of the smallest tribes in the southern Sudan called Lakoya." And you know my big brother was a commander in SPLA before, Philip Lomodong. So he is my elder brother. I was small. When he came to New York, I went to visit him because he had a heart problem. He looked at me, he shed tears, he was crying. I said, but why you cry for? I'm alive, I'm not dead. So now you are representing a nation that was supported by the entire world. And we welcome you. We are proud of a lady to be a vice president in African continent, third world country. It's very impressive. And many people will learn from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Lako. I would like to call upon Mr. Daniel Abusher Daniel from Afanal to represent the Afanal. Mr. Daniel, you are welcome. Daniel just came from Juba 4 days ago.
Madam, Her Excellency, Mama Rebecca, the Vice President of Republic of South Sudan, our distinguished guests, all protocols observed. First and foremost, so I'm happy this night to represent the state or the greater Upper Nile in front of the audience and Vice President. So we are all welcome you here in Arizona, and we are really very delightful to have you here among us. As our previous speakers mentioned, that we are all eager to listen from you about the dire situation who is going on back home, especially our beloved state, which is Upper Nile, is one of the most affected state by this insecurity in South Sudan. Nevertheless, I would like to acknowledge, maybe nobody tells you about that before, but it is in my mind all the time that when I met you, I will appreciate what you did when this conflict, which is caused the insecurity in our country that happened, that you are the first South Sudanese person or lady who announced to the world that there is something going on in South Sudan. And you and your son, the world, or we, the people of South Sudan, we are giving you credit for that. You are the one who voiced and tell the world that something badly has happened in South Sudan. So it will be a history that will be with you forever, and we will never forget this. So thank you for that. So as you mentioned that we are coming to come and listen to you to tell us about what is happening and the process of peace in our country. Because as we know that peace is a daily, a weekly, and a monthly process, gradually changing opinions, slowly eroding all barriers, quietly building new structure. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel Abusher Daniel, for your remark. Time is one of the factors now. So I would like to acknowledge a few people who are supposed to speak. I would like to acknowledge the SPLM chapter, both SPLM chapter in Arizona. I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Joseph Queth from the SPLM IO. I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Benjamin from the SPLM chapter also in the government. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Isaacs, who is here with us. Thank you, Mr. Isaacs. Dr. Isaacs is SPLM IO representative in North America, and he's here with us. He came from Texas. Thank you for being here. I'd like to acknowledge the president of Twitch East, Jonglei, Mr. David Walbul is here with us, came from Utah. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge my friend Mabior Kwan is here, and Gabriel Mabany from out of state, and some other people. We got 3 speakers to speak, and then I will introduce the community leader, and we'll go ahead and introduce the ambassador, or I will introduce the ambassador. I would like to call upon Mr. Kualawan, Lost Boy Leadership Development Executive Director, to come and make the remarks on behalf of all the youth.
Good evening, Her Excellency, Mama Nyandeng de Mabior, Ambassador, Minister of Health, and all the other leaders that are in the building. I will be speaking on behalf of the Red Army, but we don't speak to Dr. John, we sing to him. If Mama Nyandeng is here, we are going to sing 2 songs of J. Hammer for just 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So DJ, go ahead and do that, and J. Hammer, get up and do it. That's what we do. So you can sit. Mama Nyandeng, I'm not going to speak to you like I said, but I wanted to express what many of us who are living in the United States and other part of the world would like to say to you and your family. I want to say to the family of Nyandeng de Mabior for what they have done for the South Sudanese. I will start with the kids. Mabior, Nyandeng de Mabior, Hyol Nyandeng de Mabior, Gang Nyandeng de Mabior, Akwal Nyandeng de Mabior, Kwir Nyandeng de Mabior, Atong Nyandeng de Mabior. Thank you so much for allowing your dad to fight for South Sudan. It was not easy and all of us who have dads, we all know, if you know your dad will go and you will die tomorrow, you will not allow your dad to go. But you guys did. Thank you. And Quid is here with us. Quid, you can take that message back to the rest. So that's for the kids. For Mama Nyandeng, I wanted to say, Mama, thank you so much. When we went to the movement in 1987, so many of us who are sitting here, we were young. We don't know the role a woman do in the house. We were kids. But now we have our kids and we have our families. If you have a wife who doesn't give you peace of mind, you cannot even do your own work, leave alone the country. You have allowed your husband to work for us. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think those are the two remarks that I would like to say tonight. The other thing that I would like to say, the last thing that I would like to say is that we are grateful to have you here with us. You were here in 2004, and I was among that group with Denga Tim, Dan Dow, and the rest that are sitting here that were organized the gathering in 2004, that our leader came and met with us. And you came back here again to us today. That delegation that came with you, we always complain there's no lost boys or get hammer in the group. I know 4 people in that group that came with you that I have sat in classes with them. Dow is here. Dr. Rijgaram was with you. Dr. Ting and Madud Majok and the rest that I don't know. Thank you for allowing them to be on the table. And now if something go wrong, we will also blame them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kwalawan, for that good remark. In Kilos Boy, even I represent. Ran Babachol, the next speaker, I would like to call upon Mama Mjima to come and give her remarks. Mama Mjima is the former Women League, SPL Women League, and also a long-term resident of Arizona. She's been here with us for a while. She used to be in the SPLA battalion during the struggle. Thank you, Mama Mjima.
أول حاجة نقول لكم خطوا نشيد بتاع السودان قبل ما نتكلم. No, protocol. Nashida tao 5 minutes nashida tao. Yo wedi ke diar. Yakulel chubukum ala kaje ruon ke salfa. Khutu nashid. Yeah, tao. Ana bijam 2 minutes. No, bijam. Dia rajurut jot.
Oh God, we praise and glorify you for your grace on South Sudan, land of great abundance. Uphold us united in peace and harmony. Oh motherland, we rise, raising flag with the guiding star, and sing songs of freedom with joy. For justice, liberty, and prosperity shall forevermore reign. Oh, great patriots, let us stand up in silence and respect, saluting our mothers whose blood cemented our national foundation. We vow to protect our nation. Oh God, bless South Sudan.
أنا بشكركم جزيلا. أنا بحني كل جنوب السودان من صغير لكبير ده وطننا. احنا هنا about وطننا. لو ما وطننا ما كنا جينا غربة. يحيي وطننا، يحيي عيالنا، يحيي عيالنا، يحيي شعبنا، يحيي حكومتنا. احنا ما عندنا فارس، احنا يا الوطن، حبنا للوطن، حبنا لنفوسنا. لا اله الا الله. امين. احنا مسلمين ومسيحيين وجنوبيين بنحب بعض، ما عندنا فرق. انا بشكر الرئيس بتاع كوميونتي ساوث سودانيين كوميونتي، بشكر الاعضاء عشان جبتوا لنا ماما نياندين. عملتوا مجهود عشان يجينا زياره مره تاني. جانا 2004 مع ابونا الرحيل، وحسا جانا مره تاني ونحن بشكره. انا راح اقول اسمي. انا اسمي ام جمع دين. انا شير ومن ليد في أريزونا. طبعا ومن ليد مات من زمن طويل، لكن أنا لسه محيي وليه اسم النسوان القاعدين ديل كله ديل أخواتي، ونحن لازم ندافع على نفوسنا. هنا نشجع الحكومة فعلا. أنا بشجع حكومة وأنا واقف مع حكومة بأنه حكومتنا بلدنا. احنا جبناه بطريقه الصح. لو دايرين نشيلوه بنشيلوه بطريقه الصح. فانا ندي ويلكم ماما نياندين، ويلكم ماما شوي، ويلكم سفير بتاعنا بتاع جنوب السودان في يونايتد ستيت. انا بناديكم ماما ليه؟ انا بكون اكبر منكم، لكن انتوا اخواتي وامهاتي ومبروك عليكم. دور الجاي دايرين مرة يكون رئيس. لو انتوا ما دايرين تجيفوا انا بجيف مع سلفة. فانا بشكركم يا نسوان بتاع أريزونا، يا اخواتي. دين ما نسوان أريزونا، الظروف بس والامراض اللي في البلد ده القاعدة كان بملا نسوان كلهم. وانا بفتكر ماما نياندين مع اختي اشوي جونا بخير، جونا بالخير. امهات ياهو بلموا البيت، امهات ياهو بلموا العيال، امهات ياهو بصالحوا الناس. الليله لازم يكون في صلح هنا. ماما نياندين ما بطلع هنا اننا ما مصالحين. حتى لو عندنا محبه في أريزونا، ده أريزونا اول ولايه ما عندنا تفرقه، ولازم ماما نياندين وماما شويه يزيدوا محبه بتاعنا. انتخابات لو جاء 2023 اننا ريدي. أنا ما عندنا تفرقة. الزول من نشوفه بقدمنا بنطلعه صوت تيتا يا أبو تختار. ما ببيعونا بقروش، أنا قاعدين في قروش. فأنا بشكركم. أنا ما بكتر كلام. طبعا أنا شت دقائق. فأنا بقول لماما نياندين welcome to Phoenix أريزونا، ونحن معاكم يا أخواتنا. فشكرا.
Thank you, Mama Jimadit, or Her Excellency, the future President. Thank you. Actually, I just want to clear something. The national anthem, there is a new law that was passed in South Sudan recently. The national anthem have to be sang only when the president in the event. So we did not neglect it. It's a procedure that we have to follow. But Mama, thank you for that. And thank you for bringing it up. I just want to clear that. I would like to make a few recognition also. I would like to recognize the former Katiba Banat, Mama Acknowledgements. I would like to also acknowledge a South Sudanese businesswoman from San Diego, who is here with us, Agnes Stein. Agnes Stein always join us here in Phoenix when we have an event. Also, I would like to acknowledge also one of the elders who is supposed to make the remark, Reverend Samuel Abuna Mathiang, one of our Abuna here, and also recognize Dr. Reverend Andrea Loal Arok, our senior pastor here from St. Paul's Apostolic South Sudanese Church in Phoenix. Our program, we are continuing with our program, but I will turn to the high table. I would like to call upon the President of South Sudanese Community Association in Arizona, Mr. Makwanya Jing, to come and make his remark. Mr. Makwanya, you are welcome.
Mama Nyandeng, Vice President of South Sudan, Ambassador Chade, Minister of the Health, Achway, Senior Advisor Dan Achos, and others protocols. The political parties, clearages, elders and the women's, children's, DJ, all South Sudanese, good evenings. My name is Koch Ajeng. I'm a president of South Sudanese community in Arizona, not South Sudan. Mama Nyandeng, we welcome you to this city of Arizona, the second time. 2004, you arrived here and you gathering all the boys, and we have a unity that still exists today with the late, our leader, John Garang, in downtown Phoenix. I'd like you to welcome you tonight to bring all the South Sudanese diaspora, Arizona and other countries, other states, to have a unity. And I hope I would like to be in South Sudan. I would welcome you on a cow, where we selected to in here, but personally I'm in America. And still welcome you in my heart that I would provide the cow. This moment, I wish I were back in South Sudan, my homeland. I would like to be making a spell to celebrate this with you, with your people. South Sudanese living in Arizona. We are fell when young people, all South Sudanese who died in young age during the struggle, and now the South Sudan country is in a part. And I hope this is a duty for the Vice President is a lady. She has stability over children. All of us, we come from mothers. When your mom went to a band and she have a food, she never eat it. She carrying to bring it to children. If that, sometimes she can do barbecue and come home without carrying the food. This is a thing. It's a South Sudan country. We're running the percentage of the ladies in the top, the high leadership. South Sudan should be united. In the future, we're working on it. In the future, 2040, if we're still here alive, it could be a woman as the president, if it not exists today. The Semitic women in the United States, all the offices, the managers, the leaders are run by ladies. They are one make America great. I believe the lady in South Sudan, starting Mama Nyandeng, South Sudan will look great. And I will stop here. Welcome to all South Sudanese today to listen Mama Nyandeng to brought the unity among us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bakwanyajing, the President of South Sudanese community in Arizona. A few remarks before I call upon our ambassador to the United States. I would like to recognize Dr. Alors, also from a BA community. So a remark to you. I would like to recognize the Lake State media. Mr. Bolmakur is here. Bol would have made a remark on the perception of the media, but time is up. So thank you for coming today, Mr. Makur. I would like to welcome our ambassador to the United States, Honorable Ambassador Philip Jeddah Netanya.
Your Excellency, Mama Nyandeng de Mabior, the Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan. I know even me, I made the mistake today of saying first Vice President, but as she correctly put it to us, I am the first woman Vice President. So we continue with that until she becomes something else. Honorable Elizabeth Yol, our Minister of Health, the leader of our community here in Arizona, the accompanying delegation, my brother David Dow, and the rest of the support staff, the church leaders here, different priests, including the person who led us in prayer, and I'm happy to see Father Mark Nyeko, whom, by the way, we went to school with at the primary. But he still looks young, so I think there is something good in America here. So I'm happy to see you today. Representative of the Women League, representative of various political parties that are in government, and maybe those who are not yet, or not inside government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here with you tonight in Arizona, and this is my second time. My first time in Arizona was 2 years ago, when I came to attend an event that was hosted by the ABA women. I will make my remarks here very short because today is not my day. This is the day of the Vice President, Mama Nyandeng. Now, what do I want to say tonight? I want just to remind us and tell you that I'm so happy today that Vice President Mama Nyandeng took time from her very tight schedule and said, after leading the delegation to the UN General Assembly, I will not go home, but I need to see my people. So she chose to see the South Sudanese community in Nebraska and chose to see the community in Washington, D.C. and the DMV area. And tonight, she is here with you. So I just want to say on behalf of the embassy, and I'm sure on behalf of you, thank you, Mama Nyandeng, for taking this great step of coming to see your people here. Some years ago, I was fortunate to be in Eritrea, and with a friend of our late leader, Comrade John Nyandeng de Mabior, Professor Tesir Muhammad Ali. And he told me about a conversation that he had with Hassan Turabi in 1987 after the Kokodam meeting. He said, I know, Prof. Tesir, that you know Dr. John very well. But let me ask you about one thing. What is this idea of taking kids to school and naming them the Red Army? Professor Tesir said, I don't know. He said, I am not scared by the fact that John Garang is not like the other Junubin who want only to fight for the South, but he is claiming to fight for the whole of Sudan. To some of my fellow politicians, this is a very dangerous idea. But to me, this is nothing. The only thing that gives me sleepless nights and really make me real scared is the idea of the Red Army. Because all these old politicians and so on, we know them. We can always buy them. And we can recruit them into our own political parties and all of that. But this is going to be the game changer in the whole of Sudan. And if one day I'm in government, my project will not be to destroy the SPLA army, but to destroy the Red Army, because in that lies the threat to our governance and governing of Sudan. Every day since that day, I've been thinking about that. And it's not until I came to the United States that I saw the potential of the Red Army in our diaspora in America here, that this is an asset that we have for our people back in South Sudan. I have no doubt that Mama Nyandeng will address that tonight. But I just want to remind you that the coming of Mama Nyandeng tonight here to Arizona, she is coming to plant a tree. As has been said by the speaker here before, the chairperson of our Women League, a mother is there always to gather children. And even in our own homes, when there is always a problem, a child is hurt, he does not run to the father, but he runs to the mother. Mama Nyandeng, I want you to know that tonight you are coming here, you are coming as a mother, and all these children, even if some of them, as our mother from the Women League said, some of them may be older than you, but they look at you as their mother, and tonight they are coming to run to you for comfort as their mother, and I want you to take this opportunity to speak to them from the heart as a mother. Tonight is also an opportunity for you, Mama Nyandeng, to plant that seed of unity among our people. Our country is in trouble and we are yearning. We are yearning for peace. We are yearning to be one people. We are yearning to be the proud people that our father, your husband, the father of your kids, and others have sacrificed their blood for us to be a dignified people. But when we don't have peace among ourselves, we will never be proud. People will laugh at us. But your visit, and I pray that this visit will be a starting point in which people of South Sudan and people of Arizona will come together, and next time when you come here, and I hope that it will not be too long after this, you will find a hall maybe 3 times this, and it's going to be full, and people will listen to you. Finally, I want to tell you, and I want to appeal to you, my fellow South Sudanese and people of Arizona, that the spirit that you have given tonight to welcome our mother, to be with you here and speak to you, should be the beginning of a spirit that will continue, that you will always gather together, not just to welcome leaders who are coming back from South Sudan or other parts of the United States, but there will be an opportunity that you in your own homes welcome even people that live here in Arizona, and for a very long time maybe you did not see eye to eye with them, and maybe you did not agree with them. As we have been in Nebraska, the coming of Mama Nyandeng has been a blessing, because there were people who confess that for the last 15 years, they have not been speaking to each other. But that day when she came, they shook hands and they became friends and they became brothers. I want to thank you for the opportunity this evening, and I want to say, may the spirit of unity that will start today live for us now and forever. Thank you. Sorry, I think I forgot to ask to introduce the minister. Yeah. So, sorry, I forgot just one thing. I'm supposed to introduce the minister. In introducing the minister, fellow compatriots and citizens of South Sudan who are here in Arizona, to the 76th General Assembly of the United Nations, South Sudan was led by none other than Mama Rebecca Nyandeng de Mabior. And I want to mention here tonight that she came, and in her delegation were a very big number, or the majority of her delegation were women leaders. Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Gender, Minister of Environment, Minister of Health, and the Undersecretary of Gender. All of these were women. And for the first time, people look surprised and they say, what is going on in South Sudan? I think there is a change. This is the first time that our delegation has been, the majority of it was composed of women. Tonight, among these great women accompanying our Vice President is Honorable Elizabeth Achwe Yol, our Minister of Health. So tonight, may I have this opportunity to introduce to you Madam Honorable Elizabeth to come and make a few remarks. Honorable Minister, you're welcome.